Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Today is episode number 284 of the Level Up program and day number 124 of the Brown Belt. If you're new to the program, this is about my practicing of shooting the dice at the craps table, as well as practicing a blue-collar craps style of play. In the chat on YouTube side of things, we got Coffee Land checking in from Hawaii, number 1. We got OMC Craps Roger. We also got E2 Gaming, Bam, and Lazy Dog. So good morning to everybody there. On the kick.com/crapsmaster journey side, we got Red checking in from Michigan. So make sure that you guys do check out kick.com if you do have a chance. It is a little more of a real-time type situation. But we're going to continue on today where we left off yesterday. We have a $1,400 bankroll, so we're going to try to make $100 to $150 as we go through. We got Brian checking in on kick.com as well, that it would be Flegelhorn. But anyhow, I changed the camera view around a little bit today, so hopefully that's a nice little view. Good morning, Coach Joe on YouTube. And we're going to get started here. Again, we're practicing for my Chicago trip, Joliet trip on February 17th. And it's going to be a $15 table. We're going to be playing either at the Joliet Caesars Casino, or we'll be playing at the Hollywood Casino, which is just a couple minutes away. Or I guess we might be making a trip over to Rivers. We got Demon Dog checking in also. I forgot about Demon Dog. I'm sorry, Chris. And we got Rick S checking in on YouTube. So good morning to everybody. So hopefully I will be able to see Coach Joe down there. I'll hopefully see Demon Dog Chris down there on February 17th. Again, I'm going to be getting a hotel room on the 16th, the night of the 16th. So I'll be getting down there sometime that time at night. And then I'll be playing through Saturday and making a trip back home. It's about a 3.5-hour trip for me each way. So anyhow, we're going to start off. We're going to do pass line bets today. We're going to go $10 on, we'll go 50. No, we're going to go, shoot, what we're going to do? We're going to do $20 pass line bet. We're going to do 555 on the ATS. And let's do a $3 craps check. We got 8 people on Crapsee right now, 12 people watching on YouTube, and 3 people watching on Kick. So when I go down there, I'm going to probably have about $500 to play for the first day. And the second day, I'm going to probably have about $1,000 to play. So I don't plan on spending a lot of money the first night. And what I'm going to probably do is just get a kind of a feel for the table, see how everybody's shooting for the day. And then we'll hopefully give it a little bit more on Saturday then. So that way I have a little bit more options with my betting. But today what we're going to do is we're going to do the 88 inside bet level again. Maybe I might pick up the 4 and 10 as well for a 118 across bet level. But let's go all bet set here. We're going to stick with a 3-2-3-6 dice set today, or the 3-6-3-2 dice set. I have my plan for the black belt video, which hopefully be out within the next 2 weeks. I got it kind of finalized last night. And in the chat, guys, let me know. What I was thinking about doing is, when I put the black belt video out, is doing a premiere at this time with the black belt video, and then right after the video is done, going live with my level up program and doing like a half of a program for the day. So in the chat, let me know if you think that's a good idea. If not, I'll do the black belt video at a different time of the day, and we'll just run the level up program like normal. So let me know. So 3-2-3-6 will be coming out for a shooter number 1 here. Dice out. A little bit long on that landing zone, but we have a 3-5-8. That's a great 8. So 8 will be our first point. And that's going to be an implosion of that right die. It's a primary on the left die. So we're going to stick with the same dice set. We got Cajun Craps checking in on YouTube. We got Frida checking in on YouTube. Good morning. And I don't know if I said hi to Lazy Dog yet, so we got Lazy Dog as well. So we're going to go again back to the 3-2-3-6. When I'm throwing the 3V dice, I'm looking for either a 3 or 4 on top. Good morning, SJ. Either a 3 or 4 on top of one of the die. Hopefully I don't get both of them. If we get both of them, that means that we double pitch the dice, and that's not a good thing. So we're gonna go, let's try 118 to cross right now and see how that goes. So it's gonna be $15 on the 4 and 10. We got $20 on the 5 and 9. We got $24 on that 6. We're not gonna do any pass line odds. Good morning, George. And we will call that all bet set. Again, we're going to stick with either the 3-2, 3-6 dice set today or the 3-6, 3-2, depending on how the dice are behaving. And I'm going to try to interpret it as I go here, non-verbally. So dice out. And we have a 6-3-9. That's a center field 9. So that's going to be an explosion of that left die. And a primary on the right. We got a 3 or 4 showing, so that's a good thing. Good morning, Jason, checking in on Kick. So that was an explosion on that left die, so we're going to have to be kind of careful with that off axis on that left die. But we're going to stick with the 3-2, 3-6. And that was a 9, so we are going to pressure 1 unit on the inside bet, on the inside numbers. So that's going to be $25 on the 5 and 9. We got $30 on that 6. Still have a $20 pass line. I'm not going to put any odds out yet. And we're going to look for one more box hit, and then we'll consider what we're going to do next after that. So we'll call that all bet set here. Dice out. Roll number 3 for the day. And we have a 5-4-9, so we have another 9. That's perfect. That is the hard 9, the Big Daddy Mac. And speaking of Big Daddy Mac, if you didn't see last night, Gargoyle and Ed did another one of their shows, their shooter throwing shows, and Jeff was the host for that. Good morning, JR, checking in on Kick. And Jeff was from Mid-Atlantic Craps, was the host on that, so that worked out pretty nice for those guys. We're going to bring our bets, we're going to go for one more hit, so we're going to do one more inside pressure. And we got $30 on the 5 and 9, we got 36 on that 6, still 15 on the 4 and 10. Let's pick up $15 in pass line odds. So kind of a neat show. Hopefully the next time they'll have it is in 2 weeks, I think. And hopefully Chris from Sideshow Gamble will be on there, and they'll start teaching him some of the things for shooting. And I'm very curious to see how that goes, see what kind of things that they do offer and some of the things they suggest for his throwing to improve. Because again, I'm always open to looking for different things to do, different ways to practice, different tips that we can pick up and add to our own program here. And again, a lot of the stuff that I've borrowed already has been from George from CY. So if you guys haven't checked out his channel, make sure you check it out. Very knowledgeable, very humble, very awesome ambassador to the game of craps here. Dice out. And we got a 5-5. That is the hard 10. That would be the Old Bay Bushel. And that would be an implosion of that right die and then a single pitch of the left die. So that should be enough now to bring our bets down, and we'll go 66 inside. That was our first outside number, by the way. So we'll bring our bets down, go 66 inside. That's going to be 15 on the 5 and 9, 18 on that 6. We have a $20 pass line bet for the point. We have $87 brought back to the rack, 83 on the table. So that means that we are in profit for this shooter. So that's always a good thing. And that was a single towards on the left die, and that was an implosion on that right die. So we need to, we're safe yet. So that's a good thing, I guess. So 3-2, 3-6 is the dice set we're sticking with. And let's go all bet set. Dice out. So if you watched yesterday, we had an awesome first roll. And then we had a crappy second, third, fourth row. And our fifth row was only 8 rolls long, but we ended up hitting the small on that 8th row. So that was kind of an accomplishment. I would have liked to see a little bit better, a little bit more longer throws yesterday, but it is what it is. Nice crossing and a recross. We have a 415. That's the horse and buggy, the truck and camper. So we are hitting a lot of the inside numbers here, and that's going to allow us now to go up to $25 on that 5. So we're going to do a partial press, partial collect. So we're going to add $10 to it. So we have got 108 brought back to the rack, 93 on the table. And we had a 4 show up on top, so that's a good thing. What was that? We had a 5-1, so that would have been a single pitch and a double pitch on the other one. So it's ultimately a single pitch of the dice. So 3-2, 3-6, and all bets set. So when I set the brown belt program up here, we had it set up for 6,000 throws, and we should be at about 5,000 pretty soon. I think I'm going to end it a little bit short, somewhere around that 5,000 throw mark. A little bit long on that landing zone. We got lucky. We have a 2-2 hard 4. It'd be the Ian double deuce. So I'm going to probably end it around 5,000 throws instead of the 6,000 throws that I had said the brown belt is going to be. And that's simply because we are so far into it on these level up programs. We're on episode number 124 for the brown belt. So in order to hopefully keep a little bit of interest, we're going to try to move on and move up to the black belt within the next week or so. Good morning, Mike from 85 Bears checking in on YouTube. And that was a explosion of that right die and an a single pitch away on that. I'm sorry, yeah, a single pitch away on the left die. So we have an explosion and single away, so we're still safe yet. 3-2, 3-6. And I'll explain to you guys in that black belt video what I mean by being safe or not being safe. So that was a 4. That did nothing for our bets other than the ATS. So we'll call that all bets set here and dice out. Ooh, dice landed tight together. We got lucky. I don't know if you guys saw that they land and that left one split off because they were so tight. But we have a 5-4 hard 9 Big Daddy Mac again. So somebody asked if I use new dice. Today is a new set of dice. I just took them out of the package right before we started the show today. That 5-4-9 is a repeat dice combination that we've thrown already. So we're going to go to $25 on that 9 as well. If we hit the 5 or 9 one more time, we'll pick up either the 4 or 10, whatever side hits. And we've hit 4, 5, 8, 9, and 10 so far on the shooter here. We've not hit that 6, so we've been pretty much inside numbers except for the 4 and 10 there. Again, that was a an explosion of that. I'm sorry, that was a single pitch of the left die. And that was a double pitch on the right die, so it was ultimately single pitch again. Chris goes, I bet that was hard to say for a Packers fan, the 85 Bears. No, actually, I remember the 85 Bears quite well. We had the Refrigerator Perry. I always liked watching him. And what was it? McMahon was their quarterback, I think it was. And they had the Super Bowl shuffle. That was kind of irritating back then, but I do remember those days, and it wasn't too hard. Even though the Bears still suck, I don't mind watching the Bears play. So we got 3-2, 3-6. Dice out. A little short in that landing zone this time. We have a 1-1-2, the Magic Aces. So one of the things you need to watch for when you throw your dice in order to set the dice and determine what your new dice set is going to be is whether that was a good throw or a bad throw. And I'm going to consider that one a kind of a bad throw, the last 2 of them actually. So you don't really make a lot of changes off of that. And that was a bad throw because the landing zone was a little short and they kind of rolled up to the back wall a little bit weird. But that was the 2. All we need is that 3 and 6 in order to hit that small. And we got Kevin the Carpenter, Kevin Smith, checking in on YouTube. Good morning. So again, we're looking for another 5 or 9 so I can spread out to that 4 and 10. But we're going to call that all bet set. We have $129 brought back to the rack, 103 in the table. So we're in a profit by $26 so far. Dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6. Dice crossed on me. We got a 2, 4, 6. We got that 6. All we need is that ace deuce. So 2, 4, 6. That's the Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. How did Kevin? How did your trip go to the lumber store yesterday? You had mentioned that you were going to go do that. So, guys, I'm still looking in the chat if you think that's a good idea about that black belt video, if I do it as a premiere during my level up program. And then right after it's done, I'm going to go right into the level up program like a couple minutes later. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. That was a single pitch on that left die, and it was a double pitch on the right die, so it was ultimately a single pitch again. And that was a 6, so we're going to bring that 6 up to $30. So we got 150 brought back to rack, 115 on the table. And we got 16 people playing along with Crapsee. Never made it, said Kevin. Got out of work too late. I thought you worked at home. Okay, never mind. 21 people watching on YouTube. We got 7 people watching on Kick. 13 likes on YouTube. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you like this content on your way out, please. Dice out. And we got guys, we got it. We got the ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So let's light half of that screen up green there. And that is the small. We hit the small 2 days in a row. We hit it as our last shooter yesterday and our first shooter today. So that is awesome. So let's see if we can hit that 11 and 12. I'm not going to change the dice sets around too much. That was an implosion, by the way, on that left die, and that was an explosion on the right dice. So it's ultimately a drift of the dice. 3, 2, 3, 6. And that was a 3, so that is nothing for our bets. So we're going to call that all bets set here. Make sure you press that button for me, please. So he works at a summer camp next to his home. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, very cool. Lumberyard closes at 40, auto at 3:30. So all bets set here, dice out. And we got another ace deuce Alfredo sauce, so that is a repeat number. One more, that'll be a repeater win, if there was such a bet in Crapsee. But there's not. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Chris. Again, we'll 3, 2, 3, 6. So, we're at $300 brought back because of that small hit. 110 on the table, so we are definitely at profit here, guys. If I pulled all the money off the table, we would be in profit today, $300 already. So that's an awesome hit. So let's do. No, let's leave what we have on the table, because if we leave everything on the table, if I was to lose everything right now, I would still be in profit $196 approximately. So we're going to be really good here. Hit the wall, sir. And no tripods in the table, sir, please. That is funny, lazy dog. So let's go all bets set. I do have a tripod at the end of the table. You can see that. And then right above that tripod, I have another camera that's facing down. So we're recording the dice at the table. And not supposed to be recording in the casino unless you're in Vegas, right? Dice up. 3, 2, 3, 6. And we have another ace deuce. That is a triple roll. The Alfredo sauce. Getting saucy today. So 3 threes in a row. What's the chances of that? Talk about consistency of the throw. Can't tell me that it's not consistent. We'll go back again. 3-2, 3-6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the dice away from you a little bit because I want to see a 3 or 4 on top of the dice. So it's a 2, 4, 6, 4. So it's still the 3V dice set here. And let's call that all bets set here. That does nothing for our bet so far. And here we go. Dice out. And we got another 6. This time it's the KitchenAid mixer. And that would be a 1, 5, 6. So that is another hit here. So instead of going up on our bets now, we're going to take that $35 back. We're going to take 15 and put it on the 4. We'll take 15, put it on the 10. So that we're bringing 5 of those dollars back to the rack. And then the rest of it's going to be stayed on the table there. So now we have all of our bets covered all the way across. 335 brought back to the rack, 140 on the table. And we did not end up with a 3 or 4 on top like I was hoping for. So we'll go back to 3, 2, 3, 6. And we call that all bets set here. And we got Michael checking in on YouTube. Good morning. All bets set. Dice out. A little bit long on that line zone. We got lucky. We have a 628. That is the Duracell 8. So we finally hit that point. So we're coming out looking for a new point here. And we're going to take that money back to the rack. And then when we come back, if a different number is the point, we're going to probably put that 8 at $30 right away. So let's see what we got for a new point. We're going to stick with that $20 pass line bet. We're going to stick with a $3 craps check. We're still looking for that 11 and 12 on the for the ATS. So that was an explosion of the right die, and that was an explosion on the right die. So that was a double explosion of the dice. So this is one of the things I'm trying to do is train myself to figure those out a little bit faster on the different dice sets. So the explosions, implosions, double pitches, single pitches, primaries, all those types of things. So we're going to call that all bets set. And dice out. We're up to 6 people on Kick. We got 23 people watching on YouTube. And here we go, looking for a new point. They stay cross, guys, and we have the OMC craps, all the dots and all the spots, midnight. So we got one more number left to hit that ATS on the first shoot of the day, and then it puts me in a dilemma. Do you stop throwing the dice then? But we have it almost hit in 15. We have 15 rolls here. If we could hit on the next one, that would be perfect. But that was a explosion of that right die. I'm sorry, the left die. And a single pitch away on that right die. So that was a explosion single away. So we still are safe. So that's good. And let's go all bets set with that. Looking for, oh, we got to go back up on a pass line again. $20 pass line bet. We made a couple dollars off of that because of the craps check. It covered us on that. Good morning, Randy checking in. And all bets set. Dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6. And we got a 2, 3, 5, the Justice 5. So 5 will be our new point. Neither dice touch the back wall, but they were close. So that's my second warning for the day. Hit the back wall there, sir. What a difference a day makes here so far. Well, we started off strong yesterday as well. So 5 is the point. We're going to take that $25 off the 5. We'll put it onto the 8. We'll make it look like 30 on that 8. And let's pick up $15 in pass line odds. 353 brought back to the rack, 160 on the table. Again, we're going to go 3-2, 3-6. So that was a single pitch of the dice. And dice out. So let's see if we hit the mid-bow yo. That's all we need is a little bit of churro today. This table does have ears, so hopefully it will listen. Dice out. And it did not. We have a Buckeye Slim Buckshot. That's a 3-2 Justice 5 again. So the Buckeye Buckshot we hit. And that is a new dice call that we came up with last week, the Buckeye Buckshot. Obviously after Buckeye Slim, if you guys haven't checked out the 300 Plus Club, that is a channel that's out there by Buckeye Slim, and he has some really interesting ways of betting and some really informational type things that you guys can learn on from betting. So stick with the $20 pass line bet. We have a $3 craps check. That was an explosion of that right die, and that was a primary on the left die. So 3-2, 3-6 is what we're going to stick with. And let's call that all bets set here. Dice out. Looking for the mid-bow yo, and this is a come out roll. A little bit long on that landing zone, and we have a 4-4 heart 8 square pair. It's a primary on the bottom of the dice. So 8 is our point. So let's take that $30 off the 8. We'll put 25 onto the 9. Actually, no, let's go 35 on 5. And let's pick up $15 in pass line odds. So we've got $15 on the 4 and 10. We got 35 on the 5, 30 on the 6, 25 on the 9. We got $15 pass on odds, and all we need is the mid-mo-yo to get the ATS. And Kevin says he's been experimenting with a new toss this morning, so kind of curious to see what it is and how it goes for you. All bets set here, and we'll go dice out. 3-2, 3-6. And here we go. That right die stuck, the left one went in, rolled back, but we have the 2-2 hard 4, Ian double deuce. And we've thrown that once or twice already, one other time, so that was our second time throwing that. We have not done the 3-1-4 Big Joe yet, but we're going to bring that 4 up to $25 now. So basically it's a par toss, says Kevin, but instead of throwing it from the deck, he holds his hand off the deck about 2 inches and tosses from that position. If it works for you, great, awesome. We're gonna make that a buy bet, by the way, $25 buy bet on the 4. But be careful that you have the same starting position all the time. If you're holding it off, that your hands aren't shaking it, you have a good starting position every single time for consistency. If you can pull that off, maybe that might work for you. I know that sometimes when I shoot off the deck here, we got Shooter Bones checking in. Good morning on YouTube. And sometimes when I throw off the deck, though, my fingers do get caught on the table. So that is one of the things that I have to be careful with. And if that happens, that usually means I'm putting too much pressure down on those dice onto the table. So all that set. This is roll number 20 coming up. Still shooter number 1 for the day. Dice out. Ooh, that was way left. Guys, we got a 6-4-10. That is Waylon's best friend Wayne and Daddy Joe. That's our second 10. First was a 5-5. This is a 6-4. So we're going to go to $25 on that 10, and we're going to make that look like a buy bet as well. And that was an explosion of the of the left die, and that was a double pitch on that right die. So you got to be careful with that. That's a finger position type situation where the double pitch comes in. Lucky it was a explosion, otherwise that would have been a bad result. So we'll call that all bets set here. And dice out. Still looking for that mid-mo yo. And here we go. And we got another Ian double deuce, the hard four. So that is their third hard four for the day. So hard ways numbers should be up a little bit. We had a couple hard fours. We had a hard 5 so far, a hard 10 so far. So you got the idea from guy throwing at our watching at Fremont Street or Fremont Toss. Like I said, if it works for you, that's awesome. But consistency is the key. So if you can make it consistent, that would be preferred thing. Let's go over to the 2, 4, 6, 4. Still the 3V dice set. We're just rolling them back 1/4 turn on each side. And that 4 is what we hit. So we're going to put another $25 on it. We'll make it look like $50 on a 4. Still 16 people playing on Crapsee. We got 23 people watching on YouTube. And let's call that all bets set here. Dice out. And we got a 415, and that is the horse and buggy trucking camper. And Brian from Crapping Camper calls it a trucking camper. That's a 4-1. So that would be a single pitch of the dice. Three, 2, 3, 6. Roll it away. So we have 2, 4, 6, 4 again. And now the 5, so we're gonna make that 5 look like $60. We'll put 25 onto that more, so it looks like 60. 544 brought back to the rack, 235 on the table. If I took all the money off the table today, we would be up $550 approximately. And if I leave all the money up here, we will still be up about $300 some by the end of this roll so far. So let's call it all bets set. Days out. And we have another KitchenAid mixer, 156. So this is the power of trend betting now, that we keep on hitting repeat numbers here where we start trend betting the numbers up. So we've got 2 numbers up quite a bit. This will be our third number that we're bringing up. We're going to make the 6 look like $42. And as long as we're bringing money back, no, we're just gonna trend bet the number that's hitting. So we got $50 on the 4, 60 on the 5, 42 on the 6, 25 on the 9, and 25 on that 10 with $15 pass line odds. And again, that was an implosion on that left die, and that was a single towards us on the right die. So we're still safe. Nope, I'm sorry, that was an implosion. So we had an implosion on the right die and an implosion. So we had a double implosion of the dice. So go back 3-2, 3-6. Double implosion. And we'll call it all bets set. 3-2, 3-6. Dice out. Good morning, Marble Fork. Just listening in, he says. So welcome to Level Up on a Wednesday morning. Dice out. A little bit long on the landing zone. We have another 268 Duracell 8. And that is our point again. So we hit our point once again. And I think we've only had 2 different numbers that were points. Yeah, the 5 and the 8 were our only points for the day so far. So that was a primary hit on the front face, primary hit. So that is going to stick with that $20 pass line, about $3 craps check. And we're due to hit that mid-mo yo. So let's everybody start chanting mid-mo yo, mid-mo yo, mid-mo yo. All right, stick with the 3, 2, 3, 6. And all bets set here, guys. Press that button, please, so we know that we are ready. Good morning, John. How you doing? What did you miss? You're missing a awesome first roll here. We hit the small already. We're one number away from hitting the y'all. And we are going on roll number 25. So all bets set. Dice out. A little short on that, and we got a 6 forward 10. That's Waylon's best friend, Wayne at N Big Ben. So the dice both landed, they both rolled to the left, so that means my wrist is a little bit twisted there. But our new point is going to be 10. So let's take that $25 off the 10. Let's make the 8 look like $30. And let's put $15 in pass line odds. So we've got $614 brought back to the rack, $252 on the table. Again, we're going to go 3, 2, 3, 6. That was an explosion. On the left die, there was a double pitch on that on the right die, so we got to be careful. Again, finger placement there. So, and we'll go all bets set here. Thank you, John. And dice out. Yeah, we have a 1-3-4. That's a Big Joe from Crapsmaster Journey. So there's our first 1-3. But we've thrown how many to the hard fours? And that is a repeater win on that 4. So that is awesome. We're going to make that 4 look like $100. So it was a $98 brought back because of the VIG. But we're going to make it look like $100. So we're adding 50 to it. 712 brought back to the rack, 302 on the table. That was an implosion of the left die and a primary on that right die. And let's call it all bets set here. Press that button, please. Come on, guys, start chanting mid-mo yo so we can get that mid-mo yo and make them all. That would be awesome. So we hit the small within the first, what was it, first 12 rolls, 13 rolls, something like that. And then we've been stumped on the rest of them. Dice out. A little bit long on the landing zone again, and the roll comes to an end finally with a 1-6-7. Ouch. So good first start, good first roll. So let's see, we got 20 minutes left, and we got enough for at least one more shooter here. So that first roll went almost 40 minutes long. Wow, that's awesome. Imagine if that was at the actual table, how long that roll would have taken. That probably would have been about an hour-long roll at the actual table. So we have an SOR of 27, SRR of 27, so no come out 7, so that's awesome to see. Roger says a quick review of the belt levels and explanations of what I hope to achieve at the black belt level would be great. Okay. Good morning, Danny Puckoff, checking in here. Good morning. Thank you, SJ. Good morning, Arnell. So that was a good money maker there. We won $410 off of that one. So we lost a lot of money on the table there, but we have a profit today of $410. So I'm going to just roll it out for this next shooter. We're not going to do any betting because we made profit. That is the blue collar craps philosophy here. Make the profit, get off the table, put that money in your pocket and go home, or wait for another session, one of the two. But Roger, yeah, I'm in the process right now of actually reviewing a lot of my live videos. what my goal is just so you guys know that this whole level up program, I've been kind of, whether it looks like it or not, I've done a lot of research into it to put it together, but I've been kind of winging it when I make the videos, the actual belt level videos. And I have a really good idea of how I want the structure of the program to be. But then once I start doing the lives, there's a lot of things that come out during those lives. So I already reviewed all the white belt videos. I'm going to be reshooting that white belt video. And I will be doing the same thing for all the belt levels up through to where we're at right now. So I'm going to be reviewing a lot of the lives and looking to see some of the things that I actually covered in the lives. We're going to put that in the actual belt level video. I know that there was probably about 3 or 4 things that I didn't mention on white belt that we actually covered during the white belt lives. So we're going to add it into the white belt video and make that a new video, and then I will delete the old one out. So that way it's going to be a more comprehensive program. And it's kind of fun watching the level of program and how it is kind of developed a life of its own, and how far we've actually come with this with the belt levels and that. So we're gonna go 3, 2, 3, 6, all bets set, shooter number 2, dice out. And we have a 3, 2, 5, Justice 5 for our first point of the second shooter. So that's a primary on that left die. It's an explosion on the right die. Again, we'll stick 3, 2, 3, 6. So that's one of the things I'm going to be coming up with, is redoing all the belt level videos to include a lot of the stuff that's covered in the lives. I'm going to be taking a lot of my videos down and making them unlisted so we can get rid of some of these live streams to hopefully improve my stats on the YouTube side of things. We're going to be coming up with a blue collar craps curriculum, and that'll be coming out on video, so that way it kind of encompasses everything that I've been showing here. So we got Michael checking in there again. Take my money and run is a good strategy. That is exactly what you do with the blue collar craps here. So all bets set and dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6. And we have a 415 trucking camper, the horse and buggy. So that is a Buckeye Slim buckshot of the point. Buckeye buckshot. So 3, 2, 3, 6. We've stayed with that 3, 2, 3, 6 the entire day so far. We've not switched off of it. Like I said, the alternative dice set that we would use is a 3, 6, 3, 2, which is the cousin 2 set. But we'll call that all bets set here. We still got 12 people on Crapsee. Looks like a couple of people did run. We're down to 20 people on YouTube. 15 likes, 5 viewers on Kick, and all bets set. Make sure when you guys are done watching today that you pop over to Casino Gaming TV. John will be going live with his daily paycheck. And he's running a strategy from Dice Dr. Dan. And we got a 314, the Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So he's running a strategy from the from Dice Dr. Dan. It's called the MOB, the method of betting strategy. And they're trying to tweak it so it becomes more of a paycheck style of play. So make sure you check that out. And he's only in the end of his first week here on running that strategy. So and let's call that all bet set. Press that button, please. 3, 2, 3, 6 is what we're sticking with. And all bet set. So what am I doing different with my toss that I didn't do yesterday? First of all, I'm about 1.5 inches closer to the back wall than what I was yesterday. Yesterday I was throwing from here. So I don't know if that makes a difference. But the other difference that I'm doing right now is I'm having a little bit more of an arc in the dice. And that was something that George from CY caught yesterday as a suggestion on my throw was a little bit too flat yesterday. So we're trying to get a little bit more elevation. We have another 1, 3, 4 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So that's 2 times in a row. So we're definitely throwing consistent dice numbers or dice results today. And that is something that you do want to see from a shooter thing. That's another Buckeye buckshot. So Bam is asking what my current SRR is for this level of the program. And I'll show you guys the SRR is not a good result for me. I'll show you that really quick here. This is through the end of yesterday. My SRR is at 6.82, and my goal is going to be 8.0 or better, which I'm not going to get to that. And my SOR is at 9.52, and my goal is at 10.0 or better, which we've been hanging around that 9.5 result the whole time, or at least for quite a while now. So that's probably not going to move much either. So SOR is at 9.52. We got Buckeye Slim checking in here. And I already said that, buddy. I already called your name out several times today with the Buckeye buckshot. So again, 3236. And we'll go all bet set. So the numbers, if we can keep them up today, these will definitely help improve those stats, but it's only going to probably improve it maybe 1/10 of a point because we got so many throws in by now. Every little bit of change that we have is not a huge change anymore. So dice out. They split apart when they landed, but we have a 145 horse and buggy trucking camper again. Get off of that. That was a 4. Not a 1-3, it rolled to 1-6, but it's a 1-4-5. So the only number we've not thrown today, guys, is that mid-mo yo, which would be nice if we got that. So we had a 1-4, so that was an implosion of that left die, and that was a double pitch of the right die. So again, we got to watch our finger placement on the dice. So Buckeye slims down in Vegas. Awesome. Very cool. Thank you, Bam. Let's go dice out. 3236. And we have a 369 center field 9. I think that's our first 3-6 for the day. Maybe the second one, I'm not sure, but I know most of the 9s have been that 4-5 hard 9 Big Daddy Mac. So if you're not making money off of these throws today, guys, you need to improve your betting style because we've had some decent throws so far. This is going to be a roll number 7 off of this one, and we've hit all box numbers so far. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 box numbers. And we'll call it all bet set here and dice out. 3236. A little bit flat on that throw. We got lucky. The dice did cross. We have a 2-3-5, Justice 5. So again, like I said, I'm trying to put a little bit more of an arc on my throw today, and that's why I adjusted the camera angle today, so you guys can hopefully see what's going on with the dice. Normally, you can only see my hand. So Buckeye says he's not used to flying into the rain there. So that is a single pitch of the right dice, primary on the, I'm sorry, single pitch on the left, primary on the right. Good morning, Dice Doctor Dan, checking in. So Buckeye Slim, check in with Dan. Maybe Dan can meet up with you. He's a local down in the Vegas area. And let's go all bets set. Dice out. And a 257. So that one felt kind of weird when I released it. I would call that as a mechanical issue. So that is going to be a explosion of that left die. And a single pitch of the right die, and that's a single pitch towards us. So that's where we need to be careful. We have an implosion and a single pitch towards us here. I'm sorry, that was an implosion and a single pitch away and an implosion. Yeah, so that's where we got to be careful with that dice. But we're going to probably wrap it up with that, everyone. Let's go through our statistics for the day here. So looking at our rolls for the day, our strong numbers are definitely that 4 and 5, as well as that 3. We had that quite a few rolls and times in a row. Did not hit 11 at all today, and the 8 was a little weak as well today. But box numbers were off the charts today. We had a little bit better than expected on the inside numbers. 4s and 10s were high, come out 7s are low, horns are low. The field was high, as well as the hard way was high. We had 2 shooters. We had a 27 and a 20, or a 27 and an 8. And our SOR is cut off on there. Let's go back to the other screen to see what our SOR and our SRR was. So we had a 17.5 SOR today and 11.7 SRR. So let's go bring our numbers up a little bit. Again, we'll go back to our screen that I showed before. At the end of yesterday, we had 4,567 throws in on the brown belt. So hopefully by the end of this week, we'll be through the brown belt. I might even do one more week of brown belt before we get into the black belt. But the SRR is at 6.82 with come out 7s at 2.13, which I think that number is a little bit high, saying that I have 2.13 come out 7s per shooter. But anyhow, guys, thanks for stopping in today. And stop in on that was a come out. Okay, never. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. We're going to keep on rolling that. I didn't realize that was a come out here. Thanks for pointing that out, JR. We're going to keep on rolling then. So our statistics are going to hopefully improve. But let's, I got to get back over here. There we go. Okay, so everything's good. I'm glad you pointed it out, JR. So let's go dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6. We'll call that all bets set on Crapsee. Wow. I was not watching close enough, apparently. Here we go. And we have another come out 7, 3, 4, 7 this time. So we're going to switch over our dice set to the 3, 6, 3, 2 now. Because this is, if you see the 7s come out, it means there's one dice off axis and a single pitch of the other one in the wrong direction. That's 2 times in a row. So let's go 3, 6, 3, 2, which is the cousin 2 set. 3, 2, 3, 6 is a cousin 1. 3, 6, 3, 2, which is the opposite, is the cousin 2 set. So we'll call that all bets set here as soon as you guys press that button. Thank you, Roger. And dice out. So we have double-digit rolls on both shooters today. That's awesome. Had another 7. Wow. Do not work that come out, everyone. 617, the roll did come up a little short. They got stuck into the to the table layout. So all those 7s that I didn't have before, I'm getting now. And look at that SRR drop down. That is why I don't like these come out 7s, because I know the SRR is not a huge number, but that is a drop down substantially. So that was a single pitch on that left die. That was a an explosion on the right die. So that was a single pitch away, an explosion. And what do we do that? Single pitch away, an explosion. Gonna go back to the 3236 with that. 3236. Although that might have not been a good dice roll to judge our throws on, because that did not hit the back wall on that. But all bets set here. Dice out. Dice did cross on me. Wow, guys. Here we go. 7 City. Do not work to come out. 5-2. And that is another 1 dice off axis and a single pitch. I'm sorry. Oh, guys. I put it in a 3-2 on Crapsee. It should have been a 5-2. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. So let's go 3236. I don't know what to do here. Hopefully we throw a 5 on this next roll. That would be nice. So let's go all bet set. And dice out. So that sucks for Crapsee. I wish I can go back and change that. Dice out. Another 257. I'm not going to enter anything on Crapsee, everyone. I'm just going to enter this on KPI so we know what's going on. And like I said, hopefully we get a 5 point. So I'm going to leave Crapsee alone, because I don't want to have you guys put your bets out there and then lose them on another 7, because that's really not a 7 out. So we've got 2, 4, 5 7s in a row. Wow. And usually the goal of the throwing is to save that 7 so it's as far away as possible. But if you play the come out roll here, enter this roll, he says. Another 5 and then errors roll. Okay. So we're going to keep it on Crapsee the same, because I have 5 as the point. But 5 is really not the point. We have no point yet. And we got a 4-5-9, hard 9, Big Mac, the Big Daddy Mac. So I'm going to enter that in as a 4-5-9. So everything's mixed up. On Crapsee, we have 5 as a point. The real point is the 9. 3236. We're going on roll number 14 here. So we'll get your bets in. Buckeye says he'd be up $300 or $235 right now if he walked off the table after that last point got hit. Yep. So let's go all bets set here and dice out. And we have a 3-3 hard 6, the double DJ. That's a primary hit on top. And I'm still not betting here. I had my profit. I brought it back to the rack and into the pocket. So we're sticking to 3236. Good morning, Biff. Checking in here. So he played a few games, hands of roulette at his local after watching John's yesterday's show. I only watched the first part of John's show yesterday, but I did watch his whole show 2 days ago on his first day. He was doing the parlay press strategy 2 days ago, which I totally understand how to do it. I haven't been very successful with it, especially when I use that for a pass line strategy, but all bets set. And we got a 2-1-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce that rolls a little bit flat. So they kind of rolled into the back wall a little strange, a little different. But that is a single pitch, a double pitch of the dice actually. But then again, I'm going to call mechanical issue on that because that was not a good throw. 3236. Actually, that was a drift of the dice. I'm sorry, a drift of the dice. No, I'm right. That was a double pitch. That was a double pitch. So you gotta be careful with that. And we're gonna call that all bets set here. Press that button, please. And dice out. And we got a 268 Duracell 8. Again, go out, support free live craps. Give thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And that's not just for me, but for all those channels out there. So we're definitely hitting the numbers today. Wow. We have a 21.5 SOR so far today. Amazing. And that's off of 2 shooters, so 27 so far and a 16 so far. We're still at 4 viewers on Kick. We're still at 16 on YouTube. I'm sure some are dropping off and jumping over to John, but we'll go all bets set here. This up. Dice split apart when he left my fingers. We got lucky. 2-2, hard 4, Ian W's. So I don't know what to do once we hit the 9 or the 5 or whatever, because the Crapsee and the KPI is off, both of them, because I entered the wrong number into Crapsee as a point. So the real point is actually 9, but in Crapsee it says 5. So we're only one number away from hitting that small again. So if we can get magic aces, that'll hit that small again. That'd be 2 times in one day. That'd be pretty cool. But we'll go all bet set here. Dice out. And we have a 235. Okay. Now, what do we do here, guys? In the chat, let me know what we do. We have 235, which I entered in on KPI. As far as Crapsee goes, if I do the 5, that's going to be the point hit. So I think I'm going to enter it in as a point hit. So on Crapsee, will be coming out, and hopefully we'll get a 9, and we'll make it the same point then. I don't know. Let me know what you want. So 5 7s in a row. Yep, that was a pretty amazing come-out sequence there. So I'm going to call that as a 235. That's going to reset the point on Crapsee. Maybe we can hit a 9 here for a point. We'll see. 3 2 3 6. And guys, press that I am ready button, please. It says there's still 10 people on Crapsee. Okay, we're going to call that all bets set here. And we'll go dice out. And we got a 538. That would be the great 8. So John, if you are still watching and you haven't started your show yet, please start your show up. 3 2 3 6. I'm going to keep on going until this shooter is done. And we are taking our time a little bit here. So I don't know why my Crapsee's not updating here. It's kind of weird, but Coach Joe's checking in again. Just enter the point and then record this throw. Not sure what you mean by that. Okay. But anyhow, let's go all bets set. And dice out. A little short in that landing zone. And we got another 268. And that is going to be on Crapsee. That's going to be a point hit, I believe. On KPI, our point is 9. 268. So we're going to be coming out again on Crapsee. Yeah. So we got enter the 9 says I can do that. Let's do that one. So I'm just going to enter in a 9 right now, guys. That's a good point. So we'll enter in 9 right now on Crapsee. So we're going to go 5, 4, 9 as a point. Okay, I'm fine with that because my statistics that I record off of is actually off the KPI roll tracker. So now they're both on the same page. Perfect. Okay. So we're good to go there. Good idea. 3, 2, 3, 6. And let's call that all bets set. Make sure you press that I am ready button, please, guys. For some reason, it's not coming across on my side. I wonder if Crapsee's freezing up on me a little bit here. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll go all bets set. Dice out. And here we go. And we have another 134 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So definitely should be making money today. Lots of repeat dice combinations. Our horns really are not throwing a lot of horns today, so that's a good thing, I guess. Again, 3, 2, 3, 6. I need to keep on analyzing the dice. That's one thing I keep on forgetting to do. I'm looking for either a 3 or 4 on top of the dice, as well as I should be analyzing these dice so I get in a more consistent rhythm for when we get to the black belt level. And we'll dice out. A little bit long on that landing zone. So we have a 3, 3 hard 6, the double D-gem. It'd be nice to hit that small again. We really have not hit the 11. We have not hit the 11 once today. We only hit the 12 once. 3, 2, 3, 6. That was a primary hit on the top side for both of them. And let's go all bet set. Dice out. I wish I was throwing this way down in Joliet today. That would be a nice little profit bring home today. And we have an ace deuce Alfredo sauce. 1, 2, 3. Getting saucy. So all we need is that 2 for the small. We need 10, 11, and 12 for the tall. So that was an implosion of the, that was a double implosion explosion. So it was a drift of the dice. 3, 2, 3, 6. Drift of the dice. Drifted right. And we'll call it all bets set. Dice out. Ooh, that was a weird roll, but we have a 3, 6, 9, center field 9. So I wonder if John's watching us in the background when he's doing his show. He's done in the past and kind of commentated about the rolls while he's doing his show. 3, 2, 3, 6. That was a single pitch of the dice. The right dice single pitched. And that was also our point. So we're going to be coming out looking for a new point. That was a point hit. So make sure you do your craps check if you're doing that. Add that pass line back up. And let's call that all bet set. So sorry if I'm going a little bit fast on Crapsee, but we're definitely over our time frame today. And we have a 6-3-9, so we're back on that 9. That is a center field 9. So again, that was an explosion of that left die and a primary on the right one. And we need 2 more rolls to tie our shooter number 1 here. And let's go all bets set. Dice out. And we are done here. No, this is a, yeah, we are done. We have a 2-5-7 out. So Buckeye iced me, I think. He said, keep it going, Joe, keep it going. Okay, so now let's go through our statistics here. That was a sharpshooter that paid out in that last dice roll. But let's go through our statistics for the day now. So the 8 is still a little bit low. Our 9 came up a little bit now. But we have the 4 and 5, which are still the hot numbers. Our box numbers are still high. Inside numbers are a little bit better. Expected 4s and 10s are still high. Come out 7s are off the charts because of that 5-7 come out sequence here. Horns are low, fields are a little bit high, and hardwares are definitely high. We had a 27 roller and a 26 roller. Look at the roll quality points there, guys, the RQS on that. The first roll we had 213 points, and the second one was only 62. So the quality of the first roll was definitely better than what the second roll was. But for the Casino Gaming TV, John should be about 5 minutes into the show by now. But hey, my name is Joe. This is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Have a great day. Be safe and be prosperous.